Hey everybody, Dr. Laura Dabney talking this month about addictive behaviors, and today we're talking about one of the most common reasons is an unhappy relationship. And remember this month, as we talked about last week, we're not talking just about the stereotypical addictive behaviors, we're broadening that definition to include any uncontrollable behavior. The problem with the uncontrollable behavior is that it's covering up a pain, some emotional pain, and that's why it's uncontrollable, because you don't want to face the pain. Right? So unconsciously, there's something going on you're trying to avoid, and this behavior is helping you to avoid it. So because it's unconscious or not well understood, it's tricky to get an understanding of that, to be able to deal with that pain and thus stop the behavior. So what we see a lot in this is a lot of explanations or little lies we tell ourselves for the reason for that uncontrollable behavior. For instance, I had a man come in one day recently who was complaining about being unhappy in his marriage. He was exploding a lot, had a lot of verbal outbursts, but it was his wife's fault. He was blaming her because she cried too much. She had a tendency to cry when she got overwhelmed, of course, or hurt, and this, for some reason, was absolutely just unacceptable to him and caused this great rage. So we had to help him see that it was that by switching wives was not an effective strategy for dealing with his uncontrollable behavior, right? Happens a lot, and this is why while 50% of first marriages fail, 75% of second marriages fail because people think it's the spouse's fault and they fall for that. It's the lie. Okay, so an unhappy marriage does not have to mean you have to leave. If unhappy marriage, or not, which happens, everybody has unhappiness in their marriage. So to face that effectively, you cannot blame or run, right? That's not dealing effectively. So we had to sit down and look at what was going on with him, and it turns out that he had a sister who was a crier, and he felt that she did it on purpose, was manipulative and crying to get his mother's attention. His mother would pull attention away from everybody and attend to this sister for great periods of time. In fact, this young man when he was young thought that there were times where he was getting attention when his sister would cry and take the attention away. The little attention he was getting was being taken away because of his sister's crying. So he had a great deal of rage at them, but that was mixed with embarrassment over wanting his mother's attention. So he had this great conflict with this going on, and he buried it. And then when his wife unwittingly was a crier, that all got brought back up for him. So he was only barely aware of that, but we talked about it quite a bit, and it became more obvious to him. So we taught him to deal with it more effectively by giving him a bridge statement to use, what I call bridge statements. So instead of just taking off in a rage, he was able to tell her before the preemptive strike, we call it, before the rage came up, when he started to feel it, hey, I'm getting upset about this. I need to step away. I'll be in the garage working for an hour. I'll come back and check on you and see if we can talk about this calmly. Well, this changed their whole dynamic, and both their behavior that was uncontrollable became a lot calmer and a lot more in their control. Okay, so unhappy marriages do not have to lead to uncontrollable behavior. If you have a problem with the uncontrollable behavior and want to talk about it, please give us a call, 757-340-8800.